Drake, man, if you would have told me years ago, like I'm talking 2009, 2010, that Drake would have been considered a gangster, anything remotely like that, or anyone would have believed anything gangster coming out of his mouth, I would have been like, you got to be trolling, because in 2010, this guy was so far removed from anything gangster related. Like, I don't think he even spit any gangster bars ever around that time. Maybe a slick line, maybe here and there. But now he's more like, oh, mob ties, moving with the mob, this and that. And, you know, there's even been a conspiracy theory surrounding him that, you know, he had a role in XXXTentacion's death, which, you know, I don't know. The conspiracy theories seem kind of crazy. But I could see how people can connect the dots because, you know, X and Drake had a little back and forth. And then next thing you know, he's dead. And then Drake raps about, you know, Louis bag in exchange for body bags, yeah. So, you know, Drake recently, there's a song that some guy was at a club dancing, and there's an unreleased snippet of a song that's supposedly going to be on Drake's For All the Dogs album. And on this snippet, he says this: I should probably be in there with Thug and them. What the fuck does he mean by this? Because Young Thug is dealing with the YSL Rico case, literally having bodies put under his name as a head of a whole gang organization. Like, I don't know why Drake would rap something like that. That's a bad target to put, you know, on your back, considering that, you know, they're listening to lyrics now more than ever. But let me play the snippet so you guys can kind of hear this. I should probably be in thugging them with being them. I'm going to be honest. I don't think Drake has ever done anything gangsta, but I could be wrong because Drake, you know, like I said, probably I would say, ever since he started doing that Take Care, what is that Headlines track? I think, yeah, he's wearing all black with the, like, Nike thing, and he's with his mob, and then, you know, you got little stories here and there of him acting tough, and, you know, there's that moment in the concert where he acts tough towards somebody that took, like, something from a woman, I think a gift that he threw, like a shirt that he threw, and some guy took it from her, and he was acting tough there. You know, Drake is a man in himself, but I never got that gangsta vibe or image from him. But I'm sure the people surrounding him do gangsta things. He was discovered by Jay Prince Jr., and we all know how Jay Prince and Rap A Lot over at Houston moved. So that's where the mob ties whole thing comes from. But I don't know why Drake would want to associate himself with the YSL Rico case. Anything like that, even Georgia, the DA is going to look, you know, the Georgia DA here is going to look into that and see, you know, if there's anything, because that's not a good look, man. And to be honest with you, based off the snippet, this song sounds like any other Drake song. I think Drake's flow has become kind of boring. It's like, you know, the same type of sound now from Drake. We're not getting anything different. You know, YSL dun thugging them, like it's the same type of sound. I've honestly been getting bored of Drake as time goes on, and I'm surprised that people still have this insane hype for a Drake album still. Like, people are, where's the album? Where's All For The Dogs? You know, it could be a great album. I'm not knocking it, but Drake's kind of lost my ear or excitement for his music a long time ago. I think after Views in 2016 is when I kind of was like, all right, Drake's kind of had his run for me. I'm not really that hyped for an album. I still get hyped for a J. Cole album, even though he missed with the For Your Eyes Only and then the KOD. I think those came back to back. If I remember correctly, those two misses, and then he had the next album come out, and I enjoyed that. So usually I give you 3 strikes when it comes to an artist that I like. I'll give you 3 strikes. If you miss on 3 albums after those 3 albums, I won't really be checking for you anymore. And there's been a lot of artists that come close to that. You know, Eminem even had, for me, 2 misses and then finally got, you know, the 3rd one right. For me, you know, just my opinion, guys. I'm not saying they're garbage artists. You know, relax. I'm just saying every artist has a miss when it comes to albums. He's human. You know, everybody's human. They're going to miss on albums. They're going to try new things. And Drake, for me, has missed quite a bit. After Views, you know, we'll get on to all that when I do the Drake ranking albums. I think he's missed for me quite a bit. So I'm not really that excited for this album. I can understand, you know, why people are excited, because Drake still delivers quote-unquote hits. But in terms of great, cohesive sounding albums that are, you know, something that I can listen to top to bottom, he hasn't really done that for me in a while. Yeah, man, I don't think Drake should be aligning himself with the YSL Rico case. That's probably one of the dumbest things you can do. But, hey, maybe the XXXTentacion stories are true. Maybe he actually had something to do with Drake, you know, with his murder, with X's murder. Who knows? We don't know, man. I'm not in the world of Drake. Who knows? He could be this crazy mob guy after he got famous. We've seen that. We've seen that from a lot of celebrities where they come in all innocent, nice, and then boom, they're all of a sudden gang members. Cough, cough, Soldier Boy, cough, cough, Chris Brown. They came into the game pure, making music for teenagers, kids, all of a sudden tattoos all over and affiliated with gangs. So I'm not surprised. I'm, trying to act tough is kind of something that happens to a lot of these people once they get into hip hop. Is just something that they want to act more tough. They want to act like they move, with mob ties. And I get it, because once you get into battles with artists, they're going to poke fun at you and say this and that. I mean, that story with Drake getting pissed on by T.I. or T.I.'s homies or whatever the case may be, that Meek Mill revealed in his diss track is like wild to me. I could never let another grown man piss on me. I was at a club. This is like ages ago. Not even a club. It was a concert. I'm tripping. I said club because it had like drinks and the music was playing. But it was a concert. I believe it might have been the Kidding concert that I went to. This is back in 2013 when I interviewed Kidding. Somebody bumped into me, and spilled like a lot of shit all over me. And I checked him. I was like, bro, where the fuck you going? Like, why are you walking this way? Not even paying attention where you're going. Because he kept going back and forth. Like, he would walk, across us quite a few times. And he would always bump into us, but he didn't have a drink in his hand. This time he would bump into us and have a drink. He had a drink in his hand and he spilled it. A little bit on me, but mainly on my friend. And I told my friend, I was like, bro, speak up. Like, I spoke up. I was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, watch where the fuck you're going. So I couldn't imagine a grown man pissing on me. I think I would end up killing somebody at that point, because that's the ultimate disrespect. Having somebody spit and piss on you is just wild. Like, spit is a whole different thing, and then piss is like, yo, that's just... So I don't know about that story, how true and accurate that was, but once I heard that, I was like, there's no way Drake is any sort of gangster, because at that moment, something would have popped off on my end, period. Like, I don't give a fuck. But you got to think, Drake is on a whole different level, so I'm sure other people are trying to deal with that at that moment, but it would have been cool to get the actual story on that, the people that actually were there, and, a full detailed story on that. That would have been interesting. But yeah, stop associating yourself with a YSL Rico case, Drake. Not a good look.